our assistants here. This is Shayla Bailey and her friend Akira Peterson-Geiger.
Susan, to make Rejuvenac, you simply put a half a cup of quinoa in a half a gallon of water and leave it for 3 days and 3 nights.
Mm-hmm. And then go ahead and pour the soap water off. Don't put it in the refrigerator. Just use it readily. And then with the same quinoa, fill that jar up again. And get a second soap. And same thing, 3 days later, pour it off. And you can tell by both smelling it and looking at it that it's got that nice kind of musky smell. It'll smell very good.
Yeah.
If it sours, you'll know. And so you will get 3 batches off of that. And then after that, go ahead and put the grain out to the compost or give it to the birds or somebody who might want to use it. But yes, you'll get 3 batches out of one cup or 1/2 cup. Is there another cup?
You want to get a big cup for Susan so she can... Yeah, there's all sorts of more cups.
It was nice that this week in school, was it this week that you girls had the same thing going on in your classroom? They're at the Winter Haven School, and one of the teachers there has a boyfriend who runs a juice cart over at People's Food Co-op. You know Brian. Sip. And Mrs. Lloyd is the assistant in these girls' class, and so she spent a session and did smoothies in the classroom with them recently.
She had crunched up ice in it and mangoes.
No, it was
Oranges, spinach, kale, pineapple,
Okay.
oh, it's delicious.
and some other stuff.
Okay, so I've already had my 5 servings of vegetables today, drinking 3 cups of this, and I'm on my way to 10. So I always joke to my people who talk about it, my patients who talk about it being difficult to get 5. I said, well, I really have to give up a lot of foods to go down to 5. 5 is really not an ideal. It's a starting point for people to get back to what we need nutritionally. So we're now going to go to the St. Thomas smoothie, which will be one that the kids like, and a great way to get these foods, but then we're going to use that as the base of the Power Blend smoothie. In a set of scrolls and writings that were found in Egypt, Nag Hammadi Library, is the Gospel of St. Thomas. And in that writing, the text says that Jesus told people, he who knows the fruits that bear throughout the year and the 5 fruits, do not lose their leaves, will not know death. Now part of it is a metaphor for that philosophy that if you let nature provide something universally and don't reach out and steal from others, so these plants that are giving all the time, you can always find lemon year-round growing on lemon trees. Papayas produce year-round. Bananas produce year-round. Acerola cherries produce year-round. And coconuts produce year-round, and all 5 of those trees meet that particular philosophy. And so I call this the St. Thomas smoothie because it's got those 5 foods. I did a 2-week fast, just drinking the smoothie that you're about to drink, doing nothing else, and I felt like I was doing a water fast. It was just incredible. The 5 foods provide you a tremendous amount of nutrition. Lemons are astringents, high in quercetin and bioflavonoids. Acerola cherry, which Sambusan was where I used to get acerola cherry from, and they're going to the acai, so I didn't find them this time. I may have to find a new acerola cherry source for myself. to if it was here a minute ago.
Washing it again. I think she got under.
How important is it to buy something like the papaya organic, where it's not irradiated and it's not? How important is that for papaya, for instance?
Papaya is, and I've washed all of these, the avocado, the lemons, I washed the skins on everything. So recognize that it's organic, it's not going to have the chemicals on the skin, but it may have bacterium and stuff from harvesting. I use organic in life as much and as often as possible. I got an organic whole coconut, but as I was preparing all this stuff this morning, I decided I'd just go get some organic coconut juice. So I don't think it's critical, but I think every bit of organic that we can add to our diet is one more insurance on ideal outcome of our living experience. Organic means not only are there not these toxic chemicals put on the foods, put on the plants, put in the soils, but typically it means that the plants have more nutrients in them than non-organic. And that's one of the things I'm concerned about. Non-organic conventional foods can use petrochemical fertilizers made out of potassium, phosphorus, and nitrogen. So the plant never gets any selenium to make molecules that have helped us to prevent cancer. Never gets any zinc to make us sharp and avoid Alzheimer's and have good immune system. Never gets any chromium to help us avoid both black cherry juice and coconut juice. Radiation is going to kill bacterium, so we're generally going to think it's going to kill some of the nutrients in the food as well. Best is to buy local organic farmers market, fresh, right on the vine. But I would think that an inorganic papaya is much better for you than a Twinkie or some of the general foods, high fiber cereals that they're saying, Honey Nut Cheerios will lower your cholesterol. Choco Cheerios will lower your cholesterol. Well, that's one of the problems that we have with society, is that there's enough good old boy system between the corporate food manufacturers and our government agencies that some people can say stuff that is really not true.
Dr. Bradley, have you noticed that they changed the word to might? I've noticed that the last couple months.
That's clever.
Might.
Oh, might lower cholesterol.
Yeah.
Because they are saying something that is,
Unproven.
we know that fiber is great, but when you put a teeny bit in the processed kid cereals,
yeah.
it's not, it doesn't make it any healthier. So I think they got finally a little push to be a little bit more honest. Might. Not sure.
This box of colored cereal, when eaten with milk and whole wheat toast and so provides a quality breakfast.
Right.
You'd have that quality breakfast without their cereal, but they do the same type of advertising.